Welcome to Fast Cars, Fast Girls. We are your IndyCar experience.
We're also your weird cleaning experience. Just kidding.
We are. we just talked about treating a stain on a carpet for the last 20 minutes.
Because Midwest.
Yeah, because, this is what we do.
Mhm.
Oh, all right. Well, we've got not one but two races to run down. The
So many
duel
races.
in Detroit. What'd you say?
I said so many races.
So many races. So many races and so many bumps. God, I feel like
Many bumps.
all the drivers booked chiropractor and massage appointments this week.
And like on top of that, with Friday and Saturday being so hot, they all had blisters on their hands. And mm, mm-mm.
Yeah, Rossi asking for a Band-Aid.
And then ultimately, like, if it's duct tape, I don't care. And I was like, no, not duct tape.
Right? Because he was like, Band-Aid. And they didn't get it. He was like, no, like a bandage.
BAND.
It's like a Band-Aid, like a bandage, a Band-Aid.
Like sometimes they have Disney princesses on them.
Oh, yeah, that was great. I mean, not for the drivers. And
No.
it was just oppressively hot, period. I'm sure they all probably felt like shit just from the heat exhaustion.
Oh Christ, yeah. Like it was hot here, but we were not in cars, so ugh.
No, I can't even imagine. Like,
No. Again, not, spoiler alert for the race that happened last weekend, but like when that last red came, I believe we both were like, if I were a driver, that's the point where I'm like, hey, you know what?
I'm out.
I'm out. It's 5
I'm
laps to
cool.
go. I'm out. Okay.
Like, we all in agreement this thing's done and over with? Cool? Cool.
Can we can call it after it's 50%, right? Let's go, everybody.
Yeah, that was something else. All right. Well, let's start her out.
I was about to say nowhere to start but the bottom.
The bottom. Then we have nowhere to go but up.
There you go. Started from the bottom. Now
All right. Started in 14th position. Was first out, finished in 25th. Mr. Felix Rosenquist, who had a very hard hit.
Christ! Like, that's one of those. That's one of those moments that just stay with you.
Oh, yeah, very
Like,
hard hit.
Very hard hit. Like broke the wall. Hard hit.
Yeah.
They had to Tetris that thing back together. Hard hit. He's fine. So, thank God for that.
Yep. He obviously did not race on Sunday. They kept him overnight for observation. And that info is per AMR's official statement and Ara McLaren's
Official statement.
official
And
statement.
I think Felix also said it.
Yep. So it's all official information. But yeah, that was a super hard hit. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like apparently it wasn't a driver issue. Like he didn't do something. The car didn't weirdly.
Yeah, it
have,
wasn't
like,
a driver error. It wasn't. It wasn't
error.
a throttle issue. They just said it was a
Singular, non-reoccurring mechanical fault,
exactly,
which they fixed. And I was like, okay, all right.
Which to me, I'm like, if you had to fix it, then I feel like maybe it would be repeatable.
Right. I feel like using the word single and non-reoccurring together, and then you had to fix it. Like one of these things is not like the other.
Yeah, but like it would have been recurring had you not fixed it, right? Yeah.
Like
it's worded like a lawyer wrote it. I'll say that.
It really was. And how many people stop doing that?
Right? And let me tell you, anytime something's worded like that, don't trust it.
Don't
read between the lines.
Yep. First of all, never trust. Life lessons from FCFG.
Right? Don't trust anyone ever.
Trust no bitch. But us. Trust us.
Trust us.
Yeah.
Trust us to be your entertainment for IndyCar.
Yeah.
So yeah, Felix, we wish you well.
Starting. I mean, well, and it was the hour and a. How much was that red flag? Hour and a half.
Yeah, it was a hot minute. It was an hour and a half.
It actually caught a lot of drivers like similar to Indy, like right before they were going to dive in for fuel. So we had a couple who got tagged again.
Yep, for emergency service and a closed pit. And a pit speed violation for Max Chilton.
Max, what you doing?
Yeah, was interesting. Yeah. Hinch got the service and
Hinch
close
got it.
pit.
Yeah, and then Scott was nearly out, but he had enough to make like the first yellow lap, and then he ducked in
Yeah,
because Dixon.
because Dixon. Oh. Next up, starting 22nd, finishing 24th, Jimmy Johnson.
Yep, down 21 laps.
Yep.
Yep.
Starting third, finishing 23rd. That would be Romain Grosjean.
Yes. He was our second red flag. He tagged the wall with about 5 laps to go, and well, that's when things went to shit for willpower, which we'll talk
That
about
is
later.
that is where things went to shit for willpower. It is.
He was part of the weird group of leaders who they all started the race on reds, and then 2 laps into the race they were like JK, dipped and switched to blacks, and that's just weird to see. I know why they did it,
I
but
mean, I kind of enjoy it. Like that's because it's strategery,
it is. No, I mean I get it. I'm okay with it, but to see half the field be like, "Froop, froop," what the fuck?
right? Although I bet Firestone wasn't quite as happy to see that.
Yeah, I think Firestone was not. Well, let me rephrase that. Firestone should not have been happy with the way that the Reds performed that weekend.
Yeah.
Let me put some action words there, Firestone. You should not be happy with it.
No.
It not good. Not
Yeah.
good.
The
So,
heat combined with just the brutalness of that track.
I mean, destroyed those Reds, but then
Destroyed.
like, woof,
Destroyed.
destroyed.
Oh. But yeah, so Roman tagged the wall. And then next up, starting 18th, finishing 22nd, Max Chilton.
As you indicated, had a pit speed violation, and also apparently at a pit stop that included a fuel spill.
Really?
Yeah, didn't see it. Read about it later. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I didn't see that. I didn't see that happen.
What happened?
Oh.
Oh, Max.
Oh, Max. Next up, starting 8th, finishing 21st, Ryan Hunter-Reay.
The Gremlins are back. He tagged a wall.
The Gremlins are back.
Gremlins are back.
Yeah. Which is unfortunate because he's only got 1 year on his contract, I believe.
He does. Oh, it's been the hot goss around my office.
Oh. Good to know. Good to know. Starting 7th, looked as though we might win the race there for a little bit, but finished 20th, Mr. Will Power.
Poor Will. This was just no good, very bad, horrible race. I mean, he led the most laps. He led 37. He and Newgarden had some great times. Like you said, he was leading. Then Grosjean called the red flag, so they stopped all the, so then they lined all the cars up and stopped them. And then his car just died. Okay, the ECU overheated.
Yeah.
Yeah. That just sucks. It just sucks.
It was, yeah, they're all like screaming for water and fans, and they wouldn't let them have fans until the last car got in. Which I tend to agree with Will Power on this one, that's really not fair because those cars are still getting airflow from being on the track.
I agree.
Whereas he suffered that because he was in the very front of the field, so his car sat without any airflow for the longest time. So,
and it's not like the guys who are coming to bring them water and fans aren't already decked out in their over the wall pit uniform.
Yeah.
It's not like me walking on out there in some jeans and a t-shirt. These guys have their helmets and all of that shit for when they go over the wall for pit stops. So also, they're not speeding into pit lane for a red. They're speeding to a stop.
Yeah,
just it was mishandled.
It was
the
mishandled.
not getting the water in the fans. Yeah.
Yeah. And like I understand because we've talked with different people about, why they called the red, and the street courses do tend to be very narrow.
Yeah.
And so we spoke to a friend that that said that that's probably why, because just to get the safety team through there and to get the car out, etc., with as narrow as the course is, it's almost necessary to call a red.
Makes sense.
It does make sense.
It
And so
does. It
it's
makes
like,
sense.
okay, all right. But yeah, the way that the red went down and how long they sat there, yeah.
It
I mean, and
felt
I
like
wasn't
they
even thinking like, an issue for the car. I'm like, this is an issue for the drivers because the guy up front is overheated and like starts to black out once we get this race going again. That's a
like
problem for everybody.
this isn't gonna end well. It also felt like it took them extra long to get Grosjean out. Like not out of the car, but like skirt skirt.
Yeah,
Took a
it
while.
did feel like it took a while.
Like I think at one point I was like, is the car still not moving? Like what's happening?
Right. I mean, maybe it's because it was so oppressively hot here that day as well that we literally felt their pain.
That's true. That
Because,
might have been it.
when it's hot, it just time goes slower.
I think that's a statistical fact.
It is a statistical fact. Think about any time you've ever laid out on a beach, even though you want the tan, like you still, if it's hot, all of a sudden you're like, okay, I'm just gonna do a little bit on the front, a little bit on the back, and I'm gonna hop in the water. And like you lay down and then you look at your watch because all of a sudden you're covered in sweat and you're like, oh my God, how long have I been out here? It's been 7 minutes.
You're like, how has it only been 7 minutes? Yeah.
Right? You're like, I feel like I've been here for hours.
So Will was not pleased with Saturday's race. I think
No.
it's the only PC way to say that. He was just not pleased.
I was very upset.
Yes.
Very, very upset. Oh, sorry about that, Will.
Yeah. It
We
does
gave
suck.
double birds to the screen, though,
Yeah.
in your honor.
We were cranky in spirit with you.
We were. We were indeed. Wow. We can be cranky in spirit. With
Yep.
a lot of, yeah. I feel like that's one of our best skills.
It really is.
It is.
Free for hire.
We'll be cranky on your behalf.
Yep.
Next up, starting 23rd, finishing 19th, Scott McLaughlin.
Oh, Scott.
Scotty.
Yeah, Scott McLaughlin, what are you doing? Like, first of all, in practice, he just smacked the walls. They had to like rebuild his car before quals. And then in this race, he didn't like smack it, but he definitely ran into a wall again.
Yeah.
Or Scott McLaughlin.
Yeah, just get it together, buddy. Get it.
Well,
Get it.
together. Starting 24th, finished 18th. Dalton Kellett, only one lap down. Good for you, Dalton.
Good for you, Dalton.
Good for you, Dalton.
Starting 13th, finishing 17th, Mr. James Hinchcliffe.
Yep.
Sorry, no. All of a sudden, I was looking for the 17, and Connor Daly started 13th, but finished started 17th, but finished 13th.
Finished 13th,
I was like,
and then your
wait.
brain was like,
Yeah. Then my brain just broke for a
shut
minute.
off. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I get it.
it
I've
was
been
like,
there.
Nope, restart.
Yeah.
All right, starting.
Manual reboot.
Yep, starting 13th, finishing 17th, Mr. James Hinchcliffe.
Last car in the lead lap, so there you go.
Okay.
And yeah, I think we mentioned he got the penalty for the fuel at that red.
Which was restart at the back of the field. And that just sucks.
That just sucks. That's hard to come back from.
It is. It really is.
All right. Starting 19th, finishing. See, now I'm flipping it because now it's a 6 and a 9. Starting 19th, finishing
Nice.
16th. Jack Harvey. Just man, didn't have the car he wanted that race.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
Not happy.
They just could not find the speed they wanted, but that's all right.
Okay, buddy.
You'll get him next time. We love Meyer Shank Racing.
I feel like that's what Mike just tells them on the radio. It's okay, buddy. We'll get him next time.
Get him next time, man.
Yeah, we'll get him next
Actually,
time.
Mike Shake was like, you know what, man? We don't give a fuck. We just won the Indy 500.
Well, except it wasn't Jack, so there's
It
kind of
wasn't, but I mean, it was still part of the team. I feel like
yeah.
Mike Shank, like, even though he's like, we'll get him next time, buddy, and then he's like, fuck it, who won the 500 this year?
He's like, oh, we didn't win, but at least we won the 500.
Yeah.
Then he just slams a Miller Lite or Busch Light. My bad.
Oh yeah, just cracks
Shotguns
one and
it.
shotguns it. Yeah.
Yep, right on the pit stand.
Grabs a Sharpie out of somebody else's hand to stab a hole in the side of it, and then
Like, yeah, he's shotgunning beers again.
maybe we can get him to shotgun a beer at one of our unplugs. I bet we can.
Oh, I bet we could.
We're putting that on TikTok.
You know, I think part of it might be there can't be any. Like, bro.
I mean, there don't seem to be that many motorsports fans on TikTok, so I don't know that anybody would notice.
That's true.
Yeah. They haven't made their way over yet. They're still
yeah.
working it out.
Yeah.
Starting 25th, finishing 15th, Alex Palou.
Who battled from the engine change penalty at the 500.
Yep.
Then they punted him down 6 spots from qualifying, and I believe
It's excessive.
that's a lot. Like, he went, well, he started in last place, so there you go.
Yeah, it's harsh.
That's a lot.
I mean, if you were gonna start last, is it you would definitely start last, or that you lose 6 spots?
You lose 6 spots. So if he
Okay.
were to somehow qualify first, he would have started 6th.
Gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, because if it was just that you were always gonna start last, I wouldn't even qualify.
No, I would have been like,
stay in my RV and watch a movie.
nah,
Like,
you have to qualify. I don't believe that I do.
I don't believe I do.
And fucking why? Like, somebody just start the car for me and turn it back off. It's fine.
Right? Like, make me.
Mhm.
It's hot outside.
I'm watching Up.
The old man and the balloons get me every time.
Well, starting 6th and finishing 14th, young Colton Herta.
Young Colton Herta.
Who we will never not call young Colton Herta, I've decided.
Never. He could be 80 years old. We'll still call him young Colton Herta.
God, we're going to be really old at that point.
Yeah, I'm like, we'll be over 100, so.
At that point, I was like, we might be dead.
Oh, no, we won't be over 100. We're not that much older.
I was like, now calm down, bitch. We ain't going to be 100.
I know. We're not that much older.
Redo that math right now.
Oh. Yeah, I just became Beth and my dad just rounding up on our age, which is hateful at this point in life.
Yeah, no. Anyway.
Starting 17th, finishing 13th, Connor Daly.
Oh, wait. I was going to say Colton Herta got an unavoidable contact against his hip check with Harvey.
That's right.
Now we can go on. Sorry.
That's all right. No worries. I'd forgotten about that. So yeah, Connor Daly finished 13th.
Good for Connor.
Good for Connor. Had a
Not
decent
a bad
race.
race. Yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
Not a bad race. Then, yep.
Starting 9th, finished 12th, Simon Pagenaud. Indeed.
Starting 10th, finishing 11th. Another Frenchman, Sebastian Bourdais, who got a shortcut penalty because some parts in this track, the runoff is just like a side street to another part of the track. I'm like, every time they show that, I just go, okay.
It's so random. Like, we've got to go in person. We really do. I feel like it'll make more sense.
No, because when they show it, it's not like a straight, like you like weave in and out of barriers to get through. It's like some I can't think of the video game. It's an older video game, so never mind. But you like weave through like 3 different barriers to get to the track.
Like Snake or something?
Kind of like Snake, but there weren't obstacles in Snake, but yourself, I don't remember. Anyway, it's weird. So he got that penalty. Just have to yield positions though.
Well, that's not too bad.
It's not a horrible penalty.
Yeah. Starting fifth, finishing 10th, Joseph Newgarden.
Not only were the red tires destroyed over the weekend, but Joseph decided just to lose a fucking tire. Just he lost a drive shaft, and then the tire was like, "My bitch,
What is with tires falling off cars this season?
you." God,
Like,
last year it was the fucking hoses. Now it's the goddamn tires. Can we
I
just
know. I mean, in
everything
what,
on the
2018 or 20, yeah, in 2018, Laced had a tire that went off, and that was um pretty funny actually.
so
But like,
funny when it doesn't hit anybody?
well, yeah, it was like, and no, everybody was fine. So then it was funny.
Last year somebody lost like a tire, but only like once.
But only like once, like maybe once a season we'll see somebody lose a tire, but not this season. Oh no. We're
We're gonna have to
we're
start
going
like
for
a
the
tire count,
yeah, we're
apparently.
going for the record. I feel like there's some tire guys or some release guys that need to be either retrained or reevaluated.
Yes. Or as my boss asked one day, did they just drink the night before? Like, what's happening? And I was like, I'd hope not, but sometimes you wonder.
I mean,
I'm sure that they don't. I'm sure that the crew members are very professional the night before the race.
sure they are. No, I'm sure it's not that. I was just gonna say, I know some spotters that'll have a few drinks the night before the race.
I mean, to be fair, I would spot better with a little bit, the
I yeah,
scotch of a buzz.
we're all in
Other,
agreement on that.
I would just start screaming when shit went bad. So, you
Yeah.
know,
But yeah, no, especially our favorite spotter. He's definitely in agreement with that.
yeah, hell yeah.
He doesn't, but he thinks he'd be better.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm with him on it.
Yep.
Next up, starting fourth, hell of a qualifying.
Yeah.
Finished ninth, Ed Jones.
I mean, still not bad. Finished in the
Not
top
bad.
10.
I mean, in the
Solid.
top 10, Ed Jones letting everybody know, like, hey, don't forget my name just yet.
Yeah, like, hey, remember me? I'm back.
Back again. Uh,
Aw.
Starting 11th, finishing 8th, Scott Dixon.
Scott Dixon, who, led 16 damn laps because, well,
Scott.
Scott. Scott. Oh, Scott.
I mean, I love him, but it's nice that he's not winning every single race.
I know. I know.
Yeah, just because we like to see the variety.
That's
And
it.
we again tied the record for 7 different drivers from 7 different countries
It is very,
as
very
winners.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. All right, next up, starting second, finishing 7th, Alexander Rossi.
I mean, he did actually have the most on track passes for the race. So there's that.
Doesn't he usually, I feel like?
Hey, please don't take this from me.
No, 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 I didn't mean that in a bad way. I'm
Uh,
just like, the man can pass. Like,
I was
anytime
like,
somebody's like, there's no passing here, Rossi's like, bet,
hold my bourbon.
bet. And yeah, I mean, he went from 32nd to 4th in the fucking 500 a couple years ago. Like, the man can get around anything.
Yes.
So, yeah. No, I'm not surprised he had the most on-track passes,
Yeah. I heard that and I was like, well, good.
right? We wanted something.
Yes. But I was like, please don't take this away from me.
Yeah, no, no, no. No, I meant it in a good way. Rossi can make moves. Starting 21st, finishing 6th, Santino Ferrucci. Hell of a hard charger.
Hell of heart. Also, it just it makes my mind nice that the Ray Hall Letterman Lenigan racing cars all finished in a row.
Oh, they did. That's hilarious. Oh,
My
which I do
God.
want to say one other thing about Rossi. Rossi was a good friend this weekend as Will Power was being interviewed, and he was getting close to like
Saying
double
things that
status.
the FCC would not be happy about.
Yeah, and that IndyCar would not be happy about, and that Team Penske would not be happy about.
Yeah.
And
Many of
Rossi just came up and was like, "Let's go, buddy. It's time.
let's
Come
let's
on."
Hey man, let's go watch up.
It's time. Like, we're done.
Let's go. Let's keep going.
Right? And he's like, nope, we're heading down a dangerous path here. You're gonna do something you regret.
Well, once you start down a dark path, forever will it dominate your destiny, okay?
I mean, oh, but yeah, I mean, I feel like we're still going to see willpower flip out at some point this season.
I mean, we almost saw it.
We
There,
all,
but before Rossi, we would have seen it.
I mean, I was like, this is it. It's gonna happen right now. I had my phone out.
Right? And we were like, and Rossi shows up and we're like, what's good? Wait, he just diffused the situation. Well, okay.
That seemed out of character.
No, that's an introvert looking at an extrovert going, get it the fuck together and get the fuck out of here right now.
Just like when when Doug says to me, "Sweetie, what's that gonna accomplish?" Nothing.
Nothing. Exactly. Like, but
He needed an introvert to be like, "Well, baby,
what
it's
did
time.
you?
It's time."
Hey man, let's go. Do you want a Vegemite sandwich?
Like he basically did the like wrap it up dad signal. He was like, "We're done.
We're done.
Circle up. Let's go."
God, the wrap it up dad signal is my favorite.
It's one of my favorite things.
Oh,
Oh. All right, so Ferrucci, and then starting 20th, finishing 5th, also moved up 15 spots.
yep.
Graham Rahal.
Led 4 laps.
Hell yeah. He does well at Detroit.
He does do. He does well at Detroit.
He does well in the Dirty D.
And the Dirty D.
But yeah, he just always seems to finish well, which, is something he should definitely be proud of because it's such a hard course and it's so physical and everybody talks about, how hard it is on them and how hard it is to drive. And it's like he gets there and he's like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I fucking love this place.
He's like, potholes? Well, you know why? It's because he's Midwestern.
Well, that's exactly it. He's from Ohio.
Always forget that he's like, potholes, please.
Right? He's like, I have lost bigger cars in potholes than the shit I'm seeing today.
Exactly. He's like, what? It's bumpy. It's just 70, guys. What's going on?
Right? He's like, you're fine. Just let your body be loose and move with it.
Just chill, man. Don't fight the potholes.
Don't fight the bumps.
You don't win.
Yeah, they will always win. So just go with the flow. So nice and loosey goosey.
That's exactly it, though. He's Midwestern. He knows potholes.
That's exactly what
he knows shitty Midwestern streets.
Yeah.
We found his secret.
Yeah, so that makes sense. Yeah.
Yep. And then rounding out the Rahal Letterman Lanigan, starting 16th, finishing 4th, just shy of a podium, Takuma Sato, who got a blocking penalty and had to yield the position back to young Rinus VK.
That was a good battle to watch, though.
That was a good battle to watch, but you know how I feel about Rinus, so I was like, Sato, don't make me.
Don't you Sato Rinus.
Don't you Sato the Sesame Street Muppet. Come on.
God, he looked like such a Muppet in that photo.
Such a Muppet in that photo.
Oh, it was, in the best way.
Yes. No. Oh, yeah, like in a good way. Is there a bad way to say that you resemble a Sesame Street Muppet? It's Sesame Street. Now the Fraggle Rock reference I threw into somebody else, that can be taken bad. Because, like, Fraggle Rocks are a little bit more like street hard.
They are. They're a little more HUD.
This has been Muppets by FCFG.
Yep.
You guys didn't realize how big of a Muppet fan I was. Surprise.
Yep. Thank you for going down that rabbit hole with us. We appreciate you continuing to listen.
So now onto the podium.
So started first, finished third, Pato Award.
Good race. Pato had a good weekend. Okay.
He had a great fucking weekend.
Yeah, I did.
Starting 12th, finishing second, Rinus VK.
Everybody's favorite.
Yep. And then starting 15th, moved up 14 spots to win the damn thing, Marcus Ericsson.
His first win in 10 years.
Yep.
And he led 5 laps, which happened to be the final 5 laps. But hey, you know which lap matters the most that you lead?
The last one. I'm like, he led the most important lap.
Hmm. But he did lead the last lap. Yeah,
So,
he was behind Will when Will's car didn't start, and so he was the train of cars that slowly went around Will. Oh
oh,
gosh. And
yeah,
like,
when they like pulled over to the side, I was like, he's gonna lose it. I feel like all the drivers were like just looking at him with with pity on their faces, like, sorry, bro.
or just not looking at him. Like when
Yeah,
you
just
pull up
ignoring the
to an
situation.
intersection and somebody's trying like panhandling and you're just like,
I
nope,
don't see you. If I don't
I
look
am
at you,
not looking over because I don't know what's about to happen and I don't want to be called as a witness.
right? Like, if I don't look at you, you don't exist. This didn't happen. I was never here.
Yep. You
Yeah.
didn't see anything. Yeah. So
But yeah, he went on to win the race. So,
good
and
for
was
him.
our seventh race in a row of new winner from a different country. So
Pretty cool.
very very cool to be a part of that record and
Yeah.
also break his 10-year streak. All in
Christ.
like yeah, hell hell of a day for the history books for Marcus Ericsson.
Yes. He deserved. Well, he probably didn't do a lot of celebrating that night because he had the second race, but whatever he did to celebrate afterward, good for you, Marcus.
He deserved it for sure.
Hope you went to IKEA.
I'm sure he did.
Somebody made an IKEA joke today about assembling your breakfast, and I was like, I have a really good IKEA joke, but this is not the time. So anyway,
Well,
fun
next
thing about Detroit, you turn around and the next day you do it all over again.
do it again. Because why not?
'Cause it's the Dirty D.
It's the Dirty D, baby. Dirty D. So the next day, we'll run it back to front again.
Only one way to
Replacing,
do it.
right? Replacing Felix Rosenquist starting in 23rd. First time at this track because Detroit was canceled last year.
Yep.
Oliver Askew filled in, started 23rd, finished 25th. He
Uh,
had all
yeah,
but 10 minutes on the track pre-race, and that was during
yeah.
qualification. So, you know
Qualifying
what?
was his only practice, and he did all of this wearing Juan Pablo's fire suit and Alex Pilot's shoes.
Wow, I did not have that information.
Oh shit! Did you? Oh, you might. I don't know if you were there for pre-race.
I wasn't.
I think you might have came just at right before that. Yeah, no, like he had his helmet, cool, because that's the Connor Daly rule: travel everywhere with your helmet. But he did not have a fire suit or shoes. So like, Aaron McLaren was like, "Here's Juan's fire
How did
suit."
that even work? He's like a foot and a half taller than Juan.
No, I mean definitely there was some flooding, and I'm sure there was extra material in the middle, and I'm just gonna put that out there.
Oh, but not in the direction that Ollie needed it.
Not in
Uh,
the helpful direction, no.
yeah, no. Wow, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, and so like so he's in like the black
Talk
Juan
about the
fire
uncomfortable.
suit, and then like a pair of Alex Blue shoes that are like white and blue.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Oh, talk about the level of uncomfortableness of the swamp ass that you would have just from running that race, and then it also being the discomfort of it being somebody else's fire suit.
I mean, thankfully it wasn't as hot on Sunday as it was on Saturday, but still hot.
Still hot.
Still
So,
hot.
yep, they did not finish. They were 24 laps down with a mechanical issue.
Who knows? It was probably that non-reoccurring singular mechanical issue that they
Event.
fixed.
Yeah.
Oh,
I really enjoyed that they called it an event.
yes. Event, is that were there tickets sold to it?
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Starting fifth, finishing 24th, Armand Grosjean.
Who first had an unavoidable contact where he popped into the back of shit. Was that
Sure.
a yeah? I was gonna say it was. I was like, it's either Chilton or Harvey.
No, it was Chilton because I mean, he just destroyed the back of Chilton's car.
No, no, no. That was
Perfect.
Bourdais, and
Oh,
Chilton went into Hinch. I thought it was Harvey.
that's right.
Uh, because they didn't cite him for
No, it
the.
was. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was Harvey.
Yeah, that's
That's
right.
right.
There it is. It's right. I see it right in my note. God,
Yep.
Helliker.
Yeah, and he got a drive through for that.
I drive through, and then his car caught fire because I don't know, Romaine.
But
Uh,
it
what's
did.
going on in your life? But his car caught fire. Jumped out of that thing, maybe the quickest. And I remember Mateus Laced from Texas a while back. I think he was quicker than Mateus Laced.
I think so too. And so at first we were like, oh shit, he's got
Like
PTSD,
this, I don't. What's about to happen? Somebody give him
right? Like
a hug.
he
Because like
jumped out of that car like Will Power or no, Will Ferrell in Talladega Nights. When he comes back and he's like driving 5 miles an hour and then he thinks he's on fire and he strips naked, like that's how fast he jumped out of that car.
now I'm seeing Will Power do that scene in like an Australian accent. Like I don't want that to happen.
Uh,
So anyway, yeah, no, jumped out of the car, ran to like the corner marshals because there's like a hole in the fence. And so initially I was like, is he gonna jump through the hole? Like,
like what is happening here?
but no,
Yeah,
he like
I was like, we were like, where's he gonna go? What is he about to do? Is he about to scale this fence just to get the fuck away from a car that's on fire? But oh
said
no,
he
oh
grabbed a
no,
fire extinguisher and apparently turned into AMR.
yeah, and was like,
I
pull,
think,
aim, squeeze, sweep, pull, aim, squeeze, sweep.
which he did talk about later. Like he actually, after all of that at Bahrain, he worked with a psychiatrist and or psychologist, and like it's something that he can actually like. He doesn't have fear. He can even joke about it, and he did. So good for you.
And kudos to your therapist. Well
Yeah.
done.
You want to give a hoe a name?
Right? Like they seem like they're good. And then when we saw that photo of him and how jacked his hand is, I mean that just makes it even more impressive.
Yeah. Um, it saved him. Although then as he's trying to like AMR rolls up, and so like this one AMR guy is like trying to get him away from the scene, and he's
Yeah,
like,
still
"No,
trying to put out the fire, and this
no."
AMR guy's like, bro, we got this.
He's like, no, obviously you don't. The car is still on fire, and Dale does not like it when the car is on fire.
Like, guys, this is gonna come out of my paycheck.
It's only a 1 season contract.
I don't know how many times I have to explain myself. One season. That is it. Oh. Next up, starting 24th, finishing 23rd. Dalton
No,
Kellett.
I looked at it too. I was like, oh no, it's right next to each other.
Yep.
Who now I will say he did not lose a wheel, but he stalled his car on pit exit and lost a wheel nut. So that happened.
Fucking wheels this year, man.
And wheels this year. I
Just
don't know.
wheels everywhere.
Wheels, what? Everywhere wheels.
Starting 15th, finishing 22nd, Max Chilton.
Max. And this really just like wasn't his fault. Bourdais kind of went over some curbing. That slowed him. That checked up Hinch. And then Chilton was behind Hinch, and Chilton just went right into Hinch. It was lap one. Everybody close together.
Yep.
And
And I mean,
his front wing.
it annihilated his front wing.
Like, that Bud boy ain't going back on together.
No, like that's you're not going to be able to duct tape that back together.
Nah, just pull it on over. So.
Oh, yeah, that's not going to buff out.
No.
Oh, yeah, that was. I bet that did not feel very nice in the car either.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it did not. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and it happened pretty early on in the race too.
Yeah, it was lap one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I bet his body was hurting, and the whole time he was like, "Fucking Bourdais."
Fucking Bourdais.
Starting 25th, and finished 21st, Jimmy Johnson.
Only down one lap this race. Did have a single car incident. He spun at pit exit, so apparently his times were better. His speed had improved for the second race, so there you go.
All right. Starting 21st, finishing 20th, Scott McLaughlin.
Yeah, Detroit's just not kind to Scott McLaughlin.
Mm-mm.
No. I think Scott
Definitely
would
not
be
this weekend.
probably very happy to leave.
I believe so.
Detroit. He was like, can I go?
Like, I'm cool. I'm out. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. See you at Road America.
Yeah. Starting 18th, finishing 19th, Jack Harvey.
This is where my note is. Grosjean went into him, and it unfortunately, actually really unfortunate, it happened right after Jack had pitted to change all of his tires, so he had to go back to get a new tire.
Just.
I'm like, that's just a punch to the gut.
It
After
is.
already being punched in the gut.
Yep. Just a little salt in the wound there.
Yep.
Yep. Starting third, finishing 18th, Renus VK.
Great qualifying. In fact, both ECR cars were in the Firestone Fest 12. Just really didn't have it for the second race, but he was on the lead lap, so there you go.
There you go. Yep. Unfortunately, I picked Herta for the first race and BK for the second race, and I should have done it the other way around. I would have done much better in the fantasy league.
Yeah.
Starting 11th, finishing 17th, also didn't do as well second time around. Ed Jones.
Yeah, no, his car had some issues with the shocks. And I'm going to go ahead and say, if there's any track where you shouldn't have weird shock issues,
it's Detroit.
Maybe it's Detroit. I'm just like, meh, let's not have them at Detroit.
Yeah, like, no, no, thank you. No, thank you. Starting 13th, finishing 16th, Sebastian Bourdais.
Yeah, got up in that curve. And then later, similar to the first race, he just went off track.
Yep. Just
does
over
he
here on a side quest.
Limits? Like, what are we doing, Bourdais? You're there for a reason.
I mean, Bourdais does what he wants.
That's true. He does. I mean, I get it. He's like, maybe I wanted to go this way.
Right?
Okay,
He's like, what are you going to do? Take away my birthday?
Yeah, like, just make me yield a position. Okay, I'll get it back.
Right. He's like, the IMS already tried to kill me. I am unkillable.
Try your best.
Starting 8th, finishing 15th, Connor Daly.
It's unfortunate. He did. I mean, it wasn't a bad race. He just kept getting caught in traffic, and he just didn't get through.
Nope. Started 14th, finished 14th. Consistency. James Hinchcliffe.
Oh, I was waiting for you to hit that one. Consistency. That's really about all I have to say about Hinch during that race. He started and finished in the same position.
Yep.
Yeah.
Consistency.
Consistency.
Starting 7th, finishing 13th, Rossi.
Who was involved in what can only be described as IndyCar ping pong with Dixon and Grosjean lap 1, to which Dixon saved the car. And
he was sideways.
We were in Doug's garage watching it, and Dixon saved the car, and Doug was like, how did he do that? And both you and I, without even pausing, just went, it's Dixon.
It's Dixon.
It's Dixon. We don't ask this question.
No, like he went sideways, and then he bumped into Rossi, and it was like Rossi was like, excuse you, and just bumped him back straight.
Bumped him straight, and he was like, thanks, mate. But yes,
pretty much.
That broke Rossi's front wing, and they didn't bring him in to change it immediately.
Ugh.
And I believe.
Why do they do that to him? He just and then he just gets down. So many cars. Like,
I was just salty about that.
I don't understand the strategy there.
There were a lot of words said.
Rob Edwards, if you're listening, feel free to DM us, because I'm just curious about the strategy there. Honestly, I genuinely want to learn.
I was just going to say I meant all of the words that I said about
that. I know you did.
All of them.
I know. Starting 19th, finishing 12th, Takuma Sato.
Quieter race for Sato.
It was.
Oh, poor Ryan Hunter-Reay.
I mean, he made up 6 spots. He started 17th, but finished 11th, just shy of
Yeah,
the top 10.
they had their pit strategy off, so he had to fuel save at the end. You know, at that point, you're gonna ruin your time.
Yep, you
Yep.
sure are.
Yep.
Next up, started 12th, finished 10th, rounding out the top 10, Santino Ferrucci. Not a shabby weekend for him in RLL.
A top 10 finish, very impressive when everybody remembers he totaled his car in
Yeah,
qualifying. Totaled. So they had to take a like Graham's backup car and get it ready for the race in 2.5 hours. And that's not just like getting it fixed, but they had to like sponsorship wrap that bad boy.
yeah, they had to rewrap it,
And like, they, and he got a blocking penalty too. Like, dang, Santino.
making some moves.
I mean, it's not good to crash and destroy a car though when one's trying to kind of like try out for this potential third.
Full-time position, yeah,
Yeah, but I mean, getting a top 10 finish, well, that's not bad. That
not too
helps.
shabby.
That helps.
It definitely does. It definitely does. Started 22nd, just shit the bed in qualifying.
He
But
won the
finishing,
last race.
he won the last race, so he was probably like, "Fuck it, I'm just trying to bring the
Yeah.
car home." But he
Yep.
did finish ninth, Marcus Ericsson.
That's ain't no complaints with that. Okay.
Nope, not at
No.
all. A lot
A
of moves
win and
made.
top 10. Like, okay.
Yep. Next up, started 10th, finished 8th, Simon Pagino.
Solid. It was a
I
solid
mean,
weekend.
solid. It was just there was
Just well, like it was like one thing. Like it was almost, but like it was just like on a volume. Like this one goes up to 11, but it stopped at 10. You couldn't get it up to 11.
yeah.
Yeah, that
So
describes how I feel about his weekend.
yep, just kind of
Yeah.
not horrible, but not great.
Yeah.
Next up, started 6th, finished 7th, Scott Dixon.
I mean, kind of talked about what I wanted to talk about, Scott.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I don't really have anything else to add.
yeah. Yeah. Better finish this
For Will
race.
Power, who started 20th,
Jesus.
but finished 6th.
So he basically was like, "Look, kids,
Like, let me just show you what I can do. I am still willpower, damn it.
but I am still willpower."
Yeah. So, but definitely a much better race for him.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yep. Starting ninth, finishing fifth, Graham Rahal.
Midwestern.
Consistency, finished fifth both races.
He did. I know. Ah,
He,
Graham.
he knows how to avoid the potholes.
He does. He's playing fucking Frogger.
Yes. Yes, he is.
Yes.
Uh, starting in second, finished fourth, Colton Herta.
I mean, a good race. I think just at the end he got outmaneuvered, and at one point he was trying to go three wide, didn't happen, and so then Alex Below, who finished ahead of him, was like skirt skirt and just squicked on by him.
Sure did.
Yep.
He sure did. But yeah, that was a good little battle between the two of them.
Oh yeah, no, the last about 10 laps, especially actually after that last restart between the top
Hmm.
four. Oh,
Amazing.
perfection, perfection.
Oh, it really was. And at the beginning of the race, we were like, shit, is this going to be one of those races where somebody's out ahead so far that it's,
Because it was.
yeah.
But
We're
no,
like,
at
damn
the
it,
end,
this is going to be like a Rossi at Long Beach situation where
yeah.
the lead car's just got it on fucking cruise control, sitting in there drinking a macchiato.
Oh god damn it, I love that movie so much.
It's so good. It's
You've made
so
me
good.
spill my macchiato.
Oh, but yeah, no, great race by the top four. Rounding out the podium, started fourth, finished third, Alex Pillow.
Who honestly, I think in another 5 laps, I think he would have gotten Joseph.
I agree.
Yeah.
He has really come out to play this year.
Oh yeah. He's currently second in points by 1 point.
Yep. and he's still above Dixon.
See, I am still winning that bet.
Yeah, you are. Although it ain't over till
I,
we leave Long Beach.
I know it's not over. I just feel good right now. And you know how I am when I'm ahead.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know. You are the sorest winner in the world, and it's one of my favorite things about you.
I'm just happy.
It's just one of my favorite things about you.
Thank you.
Oh, I mean, that's why we're Euchre partners. We are absolute
Horrible winners.
horrible winners. And rest assured, we will beat you.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we like to lose either.
No, we don't like to lose. I mean, we can be gracious losers. I feel like our parents taught us that, but
You
they
can't be
definitely
gracious.
failed on the like teaching us not to be assholes when we win.
That's because they all are as well. It's a learned behavior.
It is. It is. That's nature. That's not or I mean that's nurture, not nature.
Yeah, maybe both.
Yeah, well, we are very Irish. So,
So,
yeah.
anyway,
Starting first, finishing second, Joseph Newgarden.
I mean, at one point he was ahead by 14 seconds.
Yeah, we were like, he's gonna run away with this damn thing.
But in a weird moment, Tim Cindric made the wrong strategy call.
Yeah.
And I never knew that those words would leave my mouth, but so red still sucked, so Newgarden went black, finished on red. Cool. So he started on black. Most everybody else around him started on red, and that is when he built up a 14-second lead.
Yeah.
And then Herta, who was second for a long time, when Herta then switched to blacks and Joseph was on blacks, that lead went from 14 seconds to 4.7 seconds.
Yep.
And then when Joseph went to red, before he got past, like kind of the last time was just like a 0.9 second lead.
Yeah.
And that was it. Is he went on the reds for the last stint and just couldn't keep it.
Nope. Could
That was, I mean,
not.
it was 100% it.
Couldn't keep the lead. I
Right?
mean, still finished on the podium. Nothing
Yeah,
to
I
be
mean,
ashamed
like,
about.
for, but did he finish on the podium? Hell yeah, he did. So like, cool. It's just both that Pato had him and Pelot almost had him, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another 5 laps he 100% would have.
Oh yeah.
Those
Oh,
reds were falling off.
I mean, they fell off.
OFF. Starting 16th, moved up 15 spots for the win.
Yeah.
Pato O'Ward.
Who really, like, it did feel like that last restart, he came the fuck out of nowhere.
Nowhere, man. He
He,
was.
the
Oh,
first three turns, he had jumped up 3 spots in that last restart.
it was wild. Oh my gosh. It was like, I mean, it was like somebody literally lit a fire under him.
Yes, and like, you know, each track's gonna have good turns and areas where there are passing zones, but Pato just was like, meh, I will make anything a good passing zone.
Right?
What the hell? I
Just,
mean, you had to give the win to him because it was just all of a sudden. I
it
don't
was
know
a
what
thing of
happened.
beauty. It
It
was a thing of
was.
beauty. It
It
was.
was.
And let's talk about the fact that he is the first repeat winner this season. Who would have thought that our first repeat winner would have been Pato?
Right?
Oh,
Everybody else would have put money on, not me, but the easy bet would be Scott
or Joseph Newgarden or
Dixon.
whatever.
Started Pato. Okay, Pato. He
Yeah,
is currently the series leader by
he
1 point.
is. He is. Like, good for you, buddy. I love Pato.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he had a great car. It was a great race. Definitely earned it.
Oh, and he's just a good kid.
He's a good kid.
He definitely earned it. He was so excited. I loved hearing Taylor Kyle be like, "All right, bring it to the fountain. We're going swimming."
Yeah. First of all, they all hot.
Right? And like he said, we're going swimming, and Pato was like, "Woo!" Which is 100% how I would feel in that heat.
We're
Like,
going swimming.
yeah, I'm all in,
Yep.
all in. Oh,
Oh yeah, good race.
good race. But again, both races came down to tires.
That was the theme of the weekend.
It was tires, man.
Tires, man.
And if you don't know what we're referencing, it's because you're not reading Molly's blog. which shame on you. Shame on you. Um, some people are listeners and not readers. Some people are readers and not listeners, but you should always read Molly's blog regardless.
You should just be
Um,
both, honestly.
you should just be both.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree with that.
Yeah.
So you can find Molly's blog on our website, www.fastcarsfastgirls.com. You can find links to all of our social media. You can listen to our podcast directly from there, or you can find us anywhere where you prefer to listen to podcasts. Make sure to subscribe, like, rate, review, all that good stuff. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. And if you think we're funny here, well, we're hilarious in print. So make sure you
Yep.
check us out. Again, that website is www.fastcarsfastgirls.com. And if you have any questions or anything that you want to be private, you can also contact us on our website.
Yeah.
And that is not an invitation for nudes. I want to be very clear about
Yeah,
that.
no. We want
I don't mean that
race-related
kind of
questions.
private. I don't want to see anybody's private parts.
No.
I mean, if you have a question that you'd rather not ask publicly on social media, we're happy to answer. So make sure to check us out. FastCarsFastGirls.com.
Ooh, I don't know. I always feel like there should be like cheering at the end of that.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree. Well, we should probably white flag this review because we're about to move into Road America,
We are about to move into Road America, so
the land of
anything for white,
cheese.
the land of cheese. What do you got for a white flag?
Um, I am disappointed I didn't see Will flip his shit, but it was nice to see Rossi like kind of come in and be like, "Listen, let's go.
Mhm.
Come on, come
Uh,
on."
Like I,
Because we all have at one point in our lives needed that friend to be like, "Hey, no, come on, we're not doing that. Come on."
this
And
isn't gonna end the way you think it will.
right, like I know you, and I know you haven't thought this through.
Mm-hmm.
So, come on, let's go. So, I think that was one of the highlights of the weekend for me.
Okay.
I mean, I think Will felt like Rossi was just coming over to be like, "Sorry about that, man," and Rossi was like, "I'm not leaving without you."
And I think they started leaving at one point. Ross was like, "Is he still following me?"
He literally like turns, you see his arm reach back, and he's like, "All right, he's still here. We're cool. We're cool."
If not, he was gonna do the mom arm grab.
Oh yeah, snatch him. We're done with the cameras, Will. What did I say?
Will? Too funny.
What about you?
I don't know. I think really it's just Pato's last 5 laps for me were just insane. And like, sure, there are only 3 of us in the garage watching, but when he passed Joseph Newgarden, the garage went nuts.
It really did.
Yeah.
It really did. I mean, you could even hear the fans on the TV. Like you'd hear the people there live, hear their like cheers and things, which I always love when you
Me
can,
too.
because
Yeah.
then it means they're super loud, you know. And
It was good.
yeah, no, it was wild.
Yep. Alrighty. Well,
Guess we better wave the checkered.
time to wave the checkered.
All right. Well, thanks for listening.
Bye.